Hello, this is Photography Gamer, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing the Dishwasher Vampire Smile on Steam. The game is also available on Xbox Live Arcade. The Dishwasher Vampire Smile is a 2D side-scrolling combat game developed by Scar Studios. Vampire Smile is the sequel to the Dishwasher Dead Samurai, which was released in 2009. The game begins with a surreal flashback to the first game and a brief summary of what happened to the dishwasher, chef and Yuki since the previous game. Basically, Earth has been destroyed, Yuki is being held prisoner on a spaceship and she escapes and crashes on the moon. The dishwasher is also on the moon and that's where the game really starts in earnest. You can play as either character and for the most part their campaigns are the same, but once you reach the halfway point the characters do split off into their own unique storyline. As well as story mode, you have an arcade mode, you have the dish challenge and a practice room where you can hone your skills. And the game can be played solo, couch co-op or online with a friend. So what is the game like to play? Well, it's a very fast-paced, violent and surreal experience. The combat leans more toward button bashing than actual strategy, but once you get to grips with all the different controls you can be more strategic, but it's carnage for the most part. The levels are structured fairly consistently, you explore for a bit, you enter a room, the doors close, enemies appear and you have to kill them all. Once they're dead, the doors open and sometimes you'll get a reward, then it's back to the exploration in search of the next kill room. There are some platforming elements, but they really just act as little interludes to give you a breather from all the intense combat. Speaking of the combat, the controls are simple to learn and very responsive. You have light and heavy attacks, you can double jump, you can use a warp ability to dodge, you can climb up walls and you can also grab enemies and do absolutely gruesome finishes. Each character starts with 2 weapon loadouts that have 2 weapon slots in each. You start out with basic weapons like meat cleavers or shift blades, but after some exploration you do get to unlock the guillotine, which is like a giant pair of scissors, or something like the violence hammer, which is absolutely brutal. You also get a special secondary weapon for each of your characters, such as the SMG for the dishwasher or the chainsaw for Yuki. Enemies drop collectibles when they're dead and you can use these items to buy power-ups or various other things to augment your abilities from the robot shops. The game has a wide variety of enemies, but mostly they are cyborgs. There are men in black type agents, armed military, or you have drones that will bring death from above. You have primitive cyborgs that are a little bit like zombies, and the game also has so many really cool bosses. My personal favourite was one called Goreface that really reminded me of a character from Spaceballs the movie called Pizza the Hut. He was just like a completely gross character and the boss fight was absolute madness. The boss fights are good, but there are times when you're fighting them and you can't see what the hell's going on, but you know, it is quite fun but ridiculous as well. One other feature that really gives you a little bit of a break from the fighting with the guitar or violin solos. For a short time you get to do a quick time event and your character basically can play their instruments solo, or 2-player you can play like a duet. It's absolutely bonkers, but it's very welcome and it gives you a little bit of a distraction from all the violence. Overall, the Dishwasher Vampire Smile is a fast-paced, violent and very quirky side-scrolling beat-em-up. The combat sequences are generally exciting and they really get the adrenaline pumping. It does get a little bit repetitive at times, but for the most part it's enjoyable, crazy and a surreal experience. It's honestly unlike any other game I've played, and it's kind of like Salad Fingers meets a sci-fi kung fu movie with vampires and guitar solos. What the hell? Total madness. Graphically, the game has a very unique hand-drawn style, which for anyone who's played Scar Studios games before will immediately be familiar with. The art style is dark and dingy, the combat effects are over the top, and overall it's a very aesthetically pleasing experience, albeit one that might give you a headache after a while. I mean, the flashy combat effects are great, but there were times when it got so crazy I couldn't see what the hell was going on. You just button bash, you look at your health bar and hope for the best, but it's still really enjoyable. In terms of the environments, generally they're quite bland, but it's the style that they've gone for. The colour palette is muted and the only real vibrant colours you see are during the combat sections or the guitar solos. The music is as chaotic as the action. It's electronic, drum and bass madness and it really suits the combat. You also have some rock music in musical interludes, and in general the audio just complements the game really well. Okay, what's good and what's bad? What's good? It's fast-paced, violent and utter madness. The game is great fun played solo or multiplayer. The control system is smooth and responsive. The music and sound effects are fantastic and it's one of the most unique side-scrolling beat-em-ups I've played. What's bad? The gameplay can get a little bit repetitive, the online multiplayer is quite glitchy, and the combat effects can make it hard to see what's going on sometimes. Okay, so what is the verdict? The Dishwasher Vampire Smile is an awesome combat game. It's a quirky and slick beat 'em up that's absolutely bonkers. It's great fun played solo or with friends. It's got 2 different campaigns, a good arcade mode and a wide variety of weapons. Personally, I really enjoyed it in small bursts, but it can get a little bit repetitive if you play it for too long. And to get the most out of the game experience, I would recommend playing this couch co-op as it's the most stable 2-player experience and the most fun. You know, I've played another game by this company called Salt and Sanctuary, which I would probably say is better than this, and I would recommend if you want something a little bit slower. But Scar Studios have a really cool style, they're very quirky developers, and I really love their games. This game, it's such a weird and wonderful experience. It's not like any other game. If you like combat, you like over-the-top violence, you like really quirky characters and a kind of a dark, morose story, you will really like the Dishwasher Vampire Smile. And if you like this game, I would strongly recommend Salt and Sanctuary because that is an absolute diamond of a game as well. So my score for the Dishwasher Vampire Smile is 8.5 out of 10. Okay, that was the review. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. This is Photography Gamer, signing off. Thank you.